Hi guys, I'm Samantha Wachowski, and today I am talking about the TV show Smash from 2012. My article is called Why Smash Was Not a Smash, and it refers to this TV show that was about trying to put together a show about Marilyn Monroe. It was on NBC for about 2 seasons, and unfortunately it ended. So if you guys have not seen this TV show, I added some links at the bottom of this video that might give you some references to what I'm talking about. You can watch them before or after. They're not very long, they're just kind of music video sort of things from the show that might give you some better context. If you've not seen the show, you should totally watch it. It's free on streaming on NBC. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy. In 2012, NBC released a TV show about creating a Tony-worthy show about Marilyn Monroe. Contrary to its name, it was not a smash hit, and the show ended after 2 seasons in 2013. Many wonder why a show that had modern and fun music with a delightful cast, drama revolving around the life of Marilyn Monroe, would end so quickly. Some arguments suggest that it was the fault of the writers and their fluctuating storyline, the casting was not right, and no one knew exactly what the show was about anymore. While it started off as NBC's saving grace, it unfortunately could not save itself. Smash was a delightful concept of musical theater and drama created by the mind of Teresa Rebeck. In season 1, the plot was about how 2 successful Broadway writers, Julia Houston and Thomas Levitt, played by Demer Messing and Christian Borle, who are both Broadway alumni, embark on a theatrical journey developing a show about the life and times of Marilyn Monroe, later named Bombshell. As they start the casting process, the audience is introduced to 2 potential leads, Ivy Lynn and Karen Cartwright. Ivy Lynn is played by Broadway alum Megan Hilty, and American Idol star Katharine McPhee plays Karen Cartwright. Other characters include divorcee producer Eileen Rand, played by Angelica Houston, and difficult but talented director Delic Wills, played by Jack Davenport. If you're not sure who Jack Davenport is, he played a character in Pirates of the Caribbean. He's British and he's super hot. This cast is one of great television potential while also having a large background, as most of these actors had some time in the musical theater world themselves. We see the harsh reality that this show, full of so many amazing actors and characters, will not fulfill its hope of being a hit. From the start, the idea of making Megan Hilty and Katharine McPhee rivals was probably not the best idea, or at least the storyline lasted for far too long. Ivy Lynn is a voluptuous blonde with acting potential needed to be a strong leading female. While originally cast as Marilyn, her insecurities get the best of her and fears the undeniable talent of Karen Cartwright, an ensemble member. The problem with this storyline is that Ivy is perfect for the role of Marilyn until the director Derek has a vision of Karen taking over the lead role, pitting the 2 actresses against each other. This is a problem because it is obvious that Ivy is perfect for the role, and the writing of this show had created a storyline that physically did not make sense. Katharine McPhee, who does carry a very strong vocal range, is tall, brunette, and does not have the sex appeal that Marilyn was famous for, unlike Ivy, who is almost a spitting image of her. This show is able to save its first season by having 2 leading ladies incorporate the drama of other characters resembling the drama of Marilyn in her life. For example, at the end of the season when Bombshell goes to previews, Karen lands the role of Marilyn, for reasons I still could not tell you honestly. Ivy, feeling defeated, is seen pouring large amounts of pills into her hand as Karen is seen singing the ending song, Don't Forget Me. This echoes the end of Marilyn's life when she supposedly overdosed on drugs because she didn't feel loved enough. Another big aspect of Marilyn's life is that she was always not considered good enough for Hollywood until she dyes her hair and goes to acting school. Karen embodies this part because she is not as much of a trained actress as Ivy. Though she has talent, she is told she is not good enough to play a leading lady. This storyline leads into season 2 when she finally lands a leading role in a rival production, Hit List, but more on that later. These parallels between the 2 actresses, and much more from the rest of the cast, and Marilyn Monroe, were what made audiences eat it up and ignore the large holes that eventually led to Smash's demise. Leading into season 2, the previews of Bombshell gave harsh critics, and the drama only grows. Eileen is caught having used illegal money to fund Bombshell, which puts the show at a halt. All the actors need to find other work, which leads to Karen meeting Kyle and Jimmy, Andy Mentness and Jeremy Jordan. These 2 musical writers have a few songs that Karen falls in love with, and she tries to get them noticed by Bombshell's former director Derek, who later takes on the project. Bombshell goes through rewrites and gains a new director and a new cast. Karen quits the show and she goes to Hit List, which means Ivy is now Marilyn again. This season was what led to the end of Smash, as it did not get past 2013. Many arguments lead to the fact that Teresa Rebeck had started off the poor vision of the show, and she was outed before the start of season 2. Under new leadership, the show starts to lose its touch. One of the problems season 1 had was having large plots that didn't lead to anything significant. This is no different for season 2, when it seemed every episode had a different vision for Smash. The plot was in flux, as seen with multiple cameos from actors such as Bernadette Peters, Nick Jonas, Sean Hayes, and Uma Thurman. This casting is probably a distraction from the show's writers' inability to get the plot back together. Is it about Marilyn, Broadway, different characters in their lives? There's no clear explanation, and the show starts to lose its audience's attention. My personal opinion as someone who fell in love with Smash since episode 1 is that season 2 was written terribly. The intrigue of season 1 was the hype of Marilyn in 2012, and all the drama that happens behind the scenes when making a hit show. Season 2 almost tried to recreate season 1 with a different production, and it did not work. Having two shows attempt to rival each other when one show, Bombshell, is clearly superior reflects the poor decision of writers to have Karen and Ivy compete for a role that was obviously meant for Ivy in the first season. Some of the best music from the show happens in season 2, which makes it bearable, but at the end, it could not save this once promising TV show. Smash was a show that was originally created to put NBC on the map again. With crazy intrigue from audiences when trailers for the show were released, it's not surprising that it made people fall in love from the start, just like people fell in love with Marilyn. It helped the network boost its viewership by millions, but it wouldn't last long due to the poor vision long-term for the show. In the end, this once smash hit could not become the smash hit it was once hoped for. So I decided to change my topic for this because I saw one of our class members had written an article about Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, and it reminded me of Smash because Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, which lasted for 4 seasons, again is a musical show. And the thing with musical shows, as we probably all know, is that they don't really ever last past 2 seasons. So I hope I kind of reflected on the similarities between the two in some way. But it's a really great TV show otherwise. The music in it is amazing. There's a lot of very clear connections between Broadway and Broadway actors. And it's just fun. Like, it's great. And they ended up doing a live performance of all of the music from the supposed Bombshell live on Broadway one time. So I will connect all of those videos in the link below. Go check it out. It's awesome. It's fun. Anyway, thank you guys for listening. I appreciate it. And be safe.